Hello, everyone. My name is Atticus Butte. I'm 22 from St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm just finishing up my fall 2022 semester at Rankin Technical College. This has been my first semester studying here, and this is a presentation in which I'm going to be showing you guys my final project for the semester, which is a CRUD application built in React.js. And what CRUD means is create, read, update, and delete. And basically, it's an array, which we're going to be able to create entries for, read them on a list, viewable in a browser, update the information, as in change it, and delete entities at our free will. Here's some background information about me and some of the projects I've worked on in the past. I really wasn't very experienced with coding, especially web development, before my first semester here at Rankin, so everything you're seeing is the culmination of this semester here. On the left, you'll see my portfolio, which I'll link in the description. Very basic. I just downloaded a template and used Bootstrap to style it. You'll have to forgive the picture because I don't really have a professional headshot I can use currently. Then on the right is my midterm for the semester, which was to create a website for an annual 5K run, known as the AWD run in Belleville, Illinois. So far this semester, I've developed experience with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, as well as tech stacks like Bootstrap, as mentioned before, and React.js, which I used to build this final project. Here's a sneak peek at some of my favorite bits of the work I've done on this project before we dive into the code itself. The large picture on the left is app.js, which is basically the structure of the entire page. The smaller code on the right there is the search logic, which was one of the more complicated parts. Underneath that, you can see I have a login form as well as a game entry form. For a final, we were tasked on building a CRUD application around any subject of our choosing, so I chose something that I could actually apply to my real life. I'm quite the avid video gamer, and I've built up a collection myself, so I decided to build an application to help me keep track of my collection, add and delete games that I may add or lose from my collection. Right here you can see is the index.html. Since this is built in React, there's really not much here besides favicon, the title. Index.js is really just where we build the app into the React application. Then here in app.js, we import all of our components. Over here you can see I've got an add game, game card, navbar, and search game component that we bring into here. Here's a default array I decided to assign to anyone who just starts using the website. Then we have just quite a few functions here in app.js. Underneath, we're returning all of our components here. First is the navbar. You can see this is the login. I've got a few users already assigned usernames and passwords. We can view their accounts later. Here's a function for logging in a user. And what we're returning is the navbar as well as the login, which is at the very top of the page. Next up we have a component for searching through our game collection and returning the form. Here's our component for adding a game to our array and returning the form for it. And here's the structure for a card. This is a Bootstrap card that is used for every single piece of data in the array. So basically what we're doing is sending a list of these cards populated with our array data to the website to display. And what we've been waiting for is the website running itself. Up at the top here is our navbar and our login, which I will introduce later. Here we can search our current collection. So, what have we got in our collection? We've got Tetris on the Game Boy and Wii Sports on the Wii. If we only wanted to see Wii games, find that. We can search for Game Boy games. We can search by release year. 89 was, of course, when Tetris came out. Or we can search by condition. It looks like we only have complete in-box games here in the array currently. This is where we can actually enter a game. This is the add game component. So let's add a game to our collection. And let's give it a different condition. This one's incomplete. Uploaded the cover art from our files, and boom. So now we've created an item, added it to the array, which is then in turn added and updated it to our website. So that's the C, create in CRUD. R is read, which we're currently doing by loading the page. You can see I refreshed the page and Metroid is still here because we're saving to local storage. Update is what this yellow button here is for on all of our cards. For example, we wanted to be more specific and say hit save here. Now it's updated. I can refresh the page and it still says that. If I want to search for consoles now, we can see that's included by our search logic. Now if we search for Metroid, we could also do multiple words. So if we wanted just the oldies, we could do Tetris Metro. You can see we can do multiple words as well as partial words, and they're still recognized by our search logic. If we search something that's not there at all, like Zelda, we're just going to get nothing. And I unfortunately don't actually own Metroid for the Nintendo Entertainment System, so the D in CRUD stands for delete. And I can press this red button here to remove it from the array, remove it from the website. See, I refresh the page and it stays gone. Now, an extra feature I included was the login here. I don't have the ability for anyone to make an account and save their data, over the net. It'll obviously save to local storage, so you can use this app and actually build out your game collection, but you won't be able to access it on other devices. But what I have done is come up with a few mock accounts to kind of show off what a bigger collection would look like. We see if we can try logging in here to no avail. If I open up our console log, is actually giving us a table with some usernames. We can see everyone's password is just password. And I've got a few video game series saved here. So we could do Mario. Password. We've got some Mario games here. We can change the title. We can make up an entirely new system. Change the data around. You can see the search logic actually picks that up now. Try logging in as someone else. It's another video game collection. We could do some Legend of Zelda. There are those games. And of course I had to build out my own collection. I'm not going to tell you what my password is. You're going to have to dig through my code to find it if you want to view my collection here, outside of this video, of course. Yes, I own Austin Powers Pinball, but if I want to pretend like I don't, I can delete it there. search function definitely works a lot better when you have a lot of results too. There's all my Final Fantasy showing up. We can look at everything on the Game Boy Advanced. Only games I own that are damaged. Not very many. How about games from 2011? We can do that. And that's about all I have to show everyone today. I've enjoyed my first semester at Rankin Technical College, and I look forward to furthering it and hopefully getting into the field as soon as I graduate. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.